One's seeing this. I'm not sure. Maybe I just got to hit go live again. Now I'm going live. God. Now it's taking its time. It's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. Yeah, you're live. All right. Well, g'day everybody. It's Matt Dorm from Lawnporn. A bit of a Tuesday impromptu live chat. I really do like the YouTube live feature. But you know, it just seems to be a case of getting this new way of working in my head. It's working, Ashley. Oh, excellent. No worries. Okay, well that's good to hear. I'll just type in thanks. I think I can do this. Yep, thanks. All right, maybe I'll go back to my yeah, I can't see the names on that. Oh, it's all a bit, you know, sorry. I'm just trying to work this out. But, you know, look, it's Tuesday and I thought, well, why not do a little bit of a live chat and, you know, see how everybody's weekend was. Monday's usually crazy for me, although we had a Monday public holiday here. And, geez, I really did enjoy it. Not having to go to, you know, going to work Tuesday morning, well, that was a bit of a drag. But, yeah, yeah. For some reason, I can see everything on the page here, but the chat isn't linking up, and I don't know why. So, look, what I will do is I will, yeah, I'll have to work on that bit. Is there a thing that I can possibly? Yeah, no, it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me how. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Yeah, look, the chat's not coming up on the screen here. That's something I'm going to have to work at. Hi, Trevor. How you going? So I can see it on YouTube, but I can't see it on my OBS, which is kind of interesting. Maybe properties and chat. YouTube live chat, blah 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 blah, should sort of work. There's something obviously that I haven't done, so all messages are visible. Live chat. I don't know, and I'm sort of boring everybody, aren't I? Maybe that's going to go over. No, that doesn't seem to be working either. Look, sorry about that. So, look, you're just going to get me chatting away here, and yeah, I'll continue the way that I was sort of going to go. Yeah, am I still live? Yeah, it says I'm live, but I can't see. Yeah, I can't see. So, Aiden has asked how the lawn's going. The lawn's going great. I put down Launch Plus over the weekend. The day after that I mowed, and the day after that, no. Shit, I know how to do it. Oh, I've got to mark these things down. Oh, can't hear you. Mick can't hear me. Can people hear me? I'll just put it. Can people hear me? Just putting that question. So, yeah, can you hear me? Oh, I think I might have to get rid of this stream because it looks really, really bad. Yeah. Thank you for being the guinea pigs of the Lawnporn live on the new YouTube beta, which obviously, so can hear me. Mick, maybe you got to turn your volume up. I don't know. Yeah, look, the lawn's going great. I mowed it on the weekend with the rotary and then with the cylinder, just to sort of show the difference. It's not quite thick enough yet for lines, and it's, you know, it's only 1 week post the top dress that I did, so it's yet to still fill in. But look, it's all going really, really nice. So that's launch. I can see that is you know, helping things along nicely. It was only at the low level, and yeah, I did a mow tonight after I got home from work. It was you know, it's still a short cut, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying that for sure. So you know, it's going like it should. the Tiff Tuff, it's definitely growing in faster than anything that I've put down before. And look, it's the end of the season, it's autumn, it's starting to get cooler, which has been really, really nice, because the first 10 days were like 40 plus. Yeah, so alright, so people can hear me. Mick, thanks mate, sorry your volume was down, that's why you couldn't hear me. Alright, that's good, that's good. I've got to work out why it's not going on the live on the screen, unfortunately. So yeah, yeah, and then more in blue. Yeah, thanks Ashley. Yeah, obviously something is not right on my actual screen there. My OBS program is not talking to YouTube for some reason. Yeah, so yeah, it is what it is. Hey, a couple of issues, just quickly. Well, not issues, but things that are happening in Lawnporn. You know, I was really surprised by a message from reps today that Rigter's Super IGA at Geraldine, and by the looks of that on the map, I just had a look on the map in Western Australia. It looks about, say, 250, 300 kilometres north of Perth, and it's on the coast there. Great little fan base there, and you know, the owner of the shop there is really switched on, and to his community and everything. Is like, well, no one's selling this stuff here, I'm going to sell it. And he's even got the 5 litres, so that's fantastic. You know, it's blowing my mind, because, you know, I've had a lot of people ask, you know, can you get it in the, you know, in the shops, but, you know, everybody's like Woolworths and Coles and everything like that. I've made a few little inquiries into that. I kind of find it funny, you know, that it will go into supermarkets. You know, I just thought, well, that's not going to happen. You know, actually, I've had some service stations talk about stocking our stuff, so you know, that could happen in the future, and that's just impressive as well. But you know, I think it's really important to really support the people that were already stocking it. You know, I've had a lot of people that you know, want it in the bigger end of the scheme, yeah, your Bunnings and all that. And look, you know, I'm just happy with what I got, to be honest. But at the same stage, everybody else wants it close to where they are. So you know, don't forget that there's also you know, there's toolroom.com.au. They sell everything online. They've also got the turf culture stuff, the embargo pre-emergent herbicide. So March is the real pre-emergent herbicide time. Embargo from turf culture. That is putting that down now is key if you don't want winter grass coming up, which can be a problem. The way it works is it gets into the soil profile. It will stop the seeds from germinating. That's the whole trick. So it needs to be wet in. You can also use moist in the application to, you know, help further the wetting in. And having said that, though, you got to make sure that before you put it down, that you know, your grass is in good condition. That the roots are well ground in. Like, for instance, mine at the moment, it's only been down 3 weeks, and look, it's going gangbusters, but I won't be putting it down just yet until I feel that the roots have grown in a bit more, because a lot of pre-emergents, they've got this root sort of pruning ability to them. So you know, if you haven't got your grass in good condition, you know, it's a little bit of a evil circle, I suppose. You know, you've got to have your grass in good condition, so, you know, you don't get the winter grass using a pre-emergent. But yeah, you know what you mean. Know what I'm trying to say is that if you're using a pre-emergent and your grass isn't, you know, Mickey Mouse with your root system, it could be damaging it. So just got to keep that in mind before rushing out and just using it. So yeah, so all right. I like this YouTube. You know, I wish I could show you what I'm seeing. Like it comes up with who's watching it and how many people, and you know, that's kind of interesting. You know, not too bad at all. Okay, so people can hear me. That's good. Thanks, Trev. Can you hear me? And 39 degrees at Rocky today. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that. Bit of a heat wave in some areas still. We had, I think, 8 or 9 days of over 40 degrees, and I just wasn't functioning at all. So, but yeah, right, Penny. Yeah, Penny's just wrote, it's a catch-22. Yes, it is with pre-emergence. So, just heed that advice. Just take your, just be careful what you're doing. So, yeah, that's the advice I can give there. Yeah, look, getting on to an issue, and I'm not going to name any names. I have dealt with the matter. There was somebody, and for some reason they weren't listed as a lawn porn dealer or lawn porn stockist, if you like. And they were selling our stuff unbeknownst to me, but that's happened a few times. I don't have an issue with that, and that's no problem. But got word from a bloke who bought, inverted commas, bought a program off of them, the autumn program. It specifically says on the autumn program, which is free to download on lawnpornonline.com. Go to the programs and tips section. Look, it's free to buy. Free to download, should I say? Not to buy, but you know what I mean. What I'm trying to say. And this person told me that they bought one, and I suppose if the place goes to the trouble printing it out, there's reasonable costs. I don't know, 50 cents a page or something like that. Some people I do know that actually the previous programs and the latest program, they go to some place and get it printed out and made it up in a binding book. Source from the Crows, he did that, so he was the first person I saw do that, and that was pretty impressive. And he's having a great little season now. He was watering a little bit low, but he's we've had a bit of a chat, sorted that one out. But and I asked, well, how much was it? And said, well, they did quite a good job of it, but they sold it for $50. And I was just like, oh no, that's not good. So I got in contact with the people that were selling it. I'm not going to mention names, but we've sorted that one out. They've sold quite a few of them, and I just said, right, you need to give your customers the money back. There's just no way in hell we're going to charge for our programs, and we don't expect people to. I appreciate the enthusiasm, and obviously I wasn't getting any money out of that, but it distinctly says on there, this is a free program, this is free information. And look, if you're into other brands and you can find similar products, you can follow that, so long as the entry part of fertilizing is fertilizing once every season with a slow release fertilizer. If you haven't fertilized before, or you sort of neglect it, that's what you do. And look, our stuff, yep, it's good. It's a micro prill, and the benefit of that is it sits deeper in the sward. It's a smaller little granule, so to speak. It sits deeper in the sward, so when you do mow it, it's not going to suck it up, and it doesn't like sit on top of the sward, and if it gets hot and whatnot, will burn your grass and all that sort of thing. It's a dual slow controlled release, so that's nitrogen and potassium, so that'll feed anything from summertime. It'll last generally 5 to 6 weeks, cooler times 8 to 12. I don't expect the Lawnporn 4 seasons to be lasting a massive long time, especially in this heat. I mean, we're going to be above 30 degrees coming up again soon, so there's that. And so it'll run out. it'll probably run out in about 8 weeks. But look, I do supplement with the other stuff. So and that's sort of the basis of the program. But you know, getting back to the program, it's there to help you. It's a free resource. You shouldn't be paying for it. So I've sorted that one out. It's a non-issue now. But yeah, please, no one do it. So that would be yeah, fully appreciated. Anyone in? I've got a question from Penny 23. Anyone in SA Virginia Nursery? And look, guys, I might as well stick around here for a while, seeing as I'm doing a test. Okay, yeah, it's not coming up on the screen. Sorry about that. I'll have to muck around and sort that one out. But yeah, flick us your questions. I'll stick around for 5 more minutes. I don't want to bore you too long, but you know, I might make this a regular feature. You know, just a Tuesday sort of catch up. And look, I just I did another mow with the cylinder mower today, just to neaten some of the growth up. It wasn't too long by any means. I'll probably leave the next mow. Well, we've got some hotter weather coming up, so let's just see how it goes. But probably the next mow will be Saturday. You know, 2-3 times a week at the moment for me. It's very much, you know, I'll look at it and see if it needs it or not, you know. Anyway, Penny 23. Anyone in SA Virginia Nursery? Awesome prices at the moment on Lawnporn products. Yeah. You know, I said it was a sale and somebody picked up on it. No, that's their everyday price. So, you know, what was it? I might actually go to the Facebook page. I'm sorry you can't see this, but I can see this. I think you guys know where the Facebook page is. I'm just going to open up the thing. Looks like launch is $25.95. You know, that's a good price. Green light $25.95, moist $33.95, and $33.95 for 4 seasons. So a nice little display there too. Go to Lawnporn on Facebook and check that out. They're in South Australia. They're sort of like near Gawler, and yeah, it's good to see prices like that and continued support for their customers. It's a great nursery. I haven't been there for a good 10 years, but I hear lots about it, and there's a new housing estate out that way which has got big blocks and nice houses, and it's nice and flat, and I you know, when I do drive past going down the lane, I go, geez, I want to check that out. I heard there's a good pub there too. So yeah, all right. So that's it's good to see. And oh, look, you know, I just want to say about the prices as well is that we don't set the prices. We let the retailers set those prices. So it's interesting. It's interesting seeing some of the prices. Look, this is out of my control, and you know, maybe I should have paid a little bit more attention to this side of it. But you know, I've seen 4 seasons, for example. The cheapest I think I've seen it is 32. That's a special, but I've seen it as expensive as 64. And that is a little bit unfortunate, but you know, I don't tell the business what to do. So yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, when you make a decision and you see what the flow on is, it's, you know, some of it's quite exciting, some of it's quite disappointing. I think the market, and you know, this is a very new product as well. The market will sort of work itself out and decide you know, what it's worth, you know. So hey, Brian Edwardson, he's my Tiff Tough twin. I hope you don't mind me saying that, Brian. Tiff Tough twin. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Tiff Tough has slowed right down, only mowing once a week at the moment where he is. I'm not exactly sure where he is. I should remember, but I think it might be a little bit cooler than where I am. Brian did have a little bit of trouble. He went from high height to a low height kind of quickly, and it didn't look quite as green. Give that a bit of time, Trev, and if you're going to do that in future, Brian, should I say, you need to come down bit by bit. I'm sort of noticing that already that the Tiff Tuff seems to be greener at the top of the sward and not as green down below it. So if you're going to do quite a deep cut, it'll be not as green, obviously, and that will be with any grass. But yeah, you just sort of notice that difference with the Tiff Tuff, I think. And look, I haven't measured mine. I think I'm doing about something between 10 or 12 mil. I've got a little bit of scalping here and there, but that's because my area is a bit uneven. It's moved quite a bit. I won't be able to fix that really up till spring because the growing season's running out. So, as I do in autumn, I will grow that a little bit longer, especially sort of like after Easter. I'll just let it grow out a little bit. Winter, it really stops growing probably late May, June. The mowing is like once a fortnight. July, August, I might mow once a month, once every 6 weeks, sort of thing, and then and then it will start to wake up around about mid-August, and it's just the weather can be so variable, as we know. So yeah, it's kind of play it by ear, and I used to renovate first day of spring. Yep, no worries, get stuck into it. But I've found that give it a couple of weeks in September, and just get a couple more hot days in, and then renovate is best for me in my area. So okay, Big Nate Aussie, yes there is. Yes, there is. What? Oh, sorry. Oh, you're meaning the prices, maybe? Yeah, there is a big variation prices. Yeah, Penny 23, 4 seasons is generally around 45. Yep. So it's refreshing to see it at 33.95, I think it was. So, and as well, I suppose I copped a lot of criticism when I stopped selling online. And selling, initially not too many retailers. It was kind of hard for everybody to get. I knew I was going to cop that. I did that because it's, it's more for, retailers making a bit of money out of it. I'm really into, the community that surrounds you. You should support them. They're your mates. They're sort of your local community family, I suppose. They're your friends. They're the people that you meet down the pub. They're the people that when you need something, you go into their shop and buy it. So it's not that I'm against internet selling or anything like that, but internet selling, the money, and you're never going to beat internet selling. That's fair enough. And look, I might do my shop again, but when I get less busy with the whole experience with it, is when I'll turn around and go, yeah, all right, I've got time to run the shop properly and everything like that. And look, I'm not against internet selling. You're never going to beat it, but internet selling, the money is going into like one person's pocket. And you can agree or disagree with me on this, but these are just my thoughts, and I don't preach them out too much, but I like to see that it's supporting a business that is supporting jobs, is supporting your community. A lot of these businesses, they pump in money into local charities and local causes and everything like that, and it's a real sense of community. I mean, if everybody started selling everything online, and all the shops go under because there's no way they can compete, where you're going to get your mower serviced and stuff like that, like it's just going to be, I mean, that's a very, I don't know, idealistic and way to look at it. I mean, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think there'll always be a market for it, but that's just what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, support the people that support you, and you get this local network happening, and I'm just glad that 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 retailers you know, have got a product that they can sell, and that it's doing really well, and they're enjoying it, and you know, it gets that conversation back in the shop, and you know, it's everybody gets a bite of the cherry, so to speak. You know, that's just my thoughts on it anyway. I'm just really blessed to have this community. I work really hard at it, and I'm just glad to see that, you know, the retailers are enjoying it, and everybody gets a bite of the pie, so to speak. And you know, going into your shop, buying a Four Seasons in the shop, you're supporting them, and you know, they're supporting you. So that's just my thoughts on it. It might change, you know, but that's the way I'm thinking at the moment. It seems to be working. Look, I do know that there's some people that you know, it's not near me, it's a pain getting it, blah 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 blah. But there is toolroom.com.au, they do it. There's allmowspares.com.au, yeah, .com.au, that do it. And look, they can sell you stuff online, like mowers and equipment as well. You know, things that you sometimes can't get in your shop. You know, your Swardmans, your Proteas, and lots of spare parts as well. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. And look at the time. I've been on here 26 minutes. I'm yabbering. So I'll get to another question. So, okay, so Brian's 700 metres above sea level, so it's going to be a little bit cooler for you, Brian, isn't it? All right, cool, no worries. Matt Stitcher just put a new lawn down. Is a small water during the heat of the day okay, along with mowing at night? Yes, it is. When you need to split your watering up when you put the new lawn down, simply because the roots aren't down into the ground yet, and you don't want the new sod that you've put down, the new turf, to dry out, because if that dries out and, you know, it's not getting to the water in the ground, it'll dry out, die. So you're gonna have to, for just that little while, put that extra water in it. Now, I was going to have my irrigation system, which I haven't installed yet, put in, but, you know, the electrician hasn't come, so I'm going to have to wait. So what I did is I did a 30-minute water in the morning, and then 30-minute water in the late afternoon. And yeah, that seemed to be okay. I did that every day in the first week. The second week I was doing that because it was, you know, 43, 44 every day. In regards to your question, you know, if you've got it down for a week and you're having to mow it, like, be very careful. You might want to leave a little bit longer. Look, I mowed a week after putting mine in, but, you know, I just noticed it was growing so quickly, so well into the thing, and it was a very light dab. I didn't pick, I used a rotary mower for that one, I believe, and I didn't pick up much grass at all. If you guts it really low, then, you know, depending on your grass type as well, it's not good for your first mow, so to speak. I've had a couple of mows in the second week, and, you know, the third week a couple of mows, and, you know, I've got it down a little bit, and that's okay. You know, I've done a Topdress as well, so I've been mucking around with it a bit. But your first week, you want to keep your water up, start backing it down in your second week, and your third week, if everything's going sweet, put down one deep water a week, especially at this time of year. Of course, that's dependent on your temperatures and everything like that. So you've got to keep a bit of an eye on it, you know, once or twice a week. But, you know, I'm getting away with once a week. So that's, you know, about the time it takes to fill up a 94 gram tuna can. You just put your empty tuna can under your sprinklers and whatever you got, and see how long that takes to fill up. And that's about how long you've got to water deeply in the morning. Why we do that is because there's less chance of getting fungus, so we don't want to water at night. And we also want to get the water, deep water in the soil profile. So that week we will train the roots to grow down and pick up that water that's deeper in the profile. An analogy is like a car tank. You know, what would you prefer to do? What's more efficient? Fill it up and then drive it around till it's almost empty, and then fill it up again, or do you want to fill it up every 20 k's and topping it up? Yeah, that's not very efficient. It's a waste of time. So yeah, that's what we try and do. In regards to getting the water into the soil profile, keep an eye on it. Definitely, like you've got to manage your soil as well. So it's got to, you know, if it's rock hard and not accepting water, that's no good. You would need to look at aerating, loosen it up a bit, because you know the air and the needs to get around just as much as the water does into the root zone, and also the nutrient transfer. So it's not, you know, there's no point watering for an hour or an hour and a half on my system, so to speak, if water's pooling and running off. And look, you know, soil wetters do help in that regard, but I would first look at, you know, your ground first. You know, aerating with a pitchfork, loosen it up a bit of leverage on the pitchfork, and see how you go there. And you know, a bit of top dress if you need, nice and light, especially this time of year, because it's not growing soon anyway. And look to that before your soil wetters. You know, throwing down soil wetters on rock hard ground will help, but it's not the whole solution, so to speak. So look at your cultural practices of your soil first before you start running out buying products. Okay, I hope that helped, Matthew. Okay, Todd Bennett's got a question here. Hi mate, I need to bring up my level of lawn up to the edge, about 50 millimeters in some spots. Is that too much to top dress in one hit? Windsor Green and Cadena. I know Cadena very well. In my job, especially when I was working in Clare, we used to call it Cadina. I don't know why. I do know why, but I'm not going to say. Look, Cadena, nice part of the world. You know, similar weather to me, obviously. At the moment, 50 mil is going to be a real big deal to fill in now. That's quite a thick, you know, thick amount to. It's quite a large amount to come up in one hit. So you're going to have to do it in stages. I would likely top dress, you know, 10, 15 mil. Now that will take quite a while to repair this time of year. And then when you look to your spring reno, you know, bring it up, you know, another, you know, 10 to 15 mil. So that's, you know, your 30 mil. Look, if you guts it with the whole go, and, you know, you're not going to really want to do this until spring hits, you're going to have to really wait for it to grow in. So, and you also risk, you know, it being too much topsoil for the renovated turf to grow through. So, and then, you know, then you don't have grass. So, you know, Windsor Green will get there eventually, but you need to go up in stages. So my recommendation to you now is just give a light top dress now, and, you know, keep an eye on winter weeds that could come up as well during the grow in. Just a couple of little light waters, you know, every day as well, just to keep that top dress just that little bit moist, and, you know, promote the growth in the area. But, you know, do it, like I said, do it in stages. You know, do a 10 mil one now, spring reno, 15 to 20 mil perhaps, and then, you know, your late season, you know, well, your late summer reno, like another reno, and bring it up then. I mean, you can bring it up, keep bringing up all the time as well, and not let it all fill in. But, you know, you do want to have it looking good at some stage. It just depends. But, yeah, gutsing it in one go isn't the go. You're going to have to build it up in stages. You know, me, I would love to run to Golden Grove and go to Garden Grove and get me some of that beautiful top dress special blend. Grab a couple of ton and come home and just smother my lawn in it too, because, you know, my lawn's a little bit lumpy and all over the place, but, you know, it's it will grow in, but it means I'll have to wait. So my little plan is that I've done that little top dress that I've done now. I'm gonna ride out the season, grow that a little bit longer, and fix up all my level issues come spring. So yeah, bit by bit, slowly, it does take time. So all right, well, I've been on here for 34 minutes and 55 seconds. I think that'll be me. Thanks for all those that watched. Really enjoyed just yabbering and having a chat. I will have to fix the OBS stuff and get those live stream chats on the actual screen. But I've got it here on the YouTube version. I haven't got it on my live version. I don't think so. I'll flick over, but nah, it just says community guidelines, learn more. All right, well, I'll fix that. No worries, Todd. Yeah, thanks for the question, and I hope that helps. If you've got questions, a great place to go is Lawnporn chat, which is a group, on Facebook, and there's 4,500 pretty keen lawnies there, and they all give advice, which is good. If you want my advice, that's totally free. Just message Lawnporn. Do get pummeled with not millions, but lots of questions every day. Depending on what I'm doing, is whether I get to them or not. I do try my best, and the sponsored Lawnporn stars, they're the lucky guys to get to use the stuff for free and share the results and everything. They help me out a bit here and there, not all of them, but it's interesting seeing their journeys and presenting that to you guys to help you get your lawn on. And look, watch my well, you're watching it now, my YouTube stuff. Give us a big subscribe, a big thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. If you don't like what you're seeing, give it a thumbs down. Don't be shy to say something in the comments if you want to be constructive in your criticism or whatnot. I'm just trying to make this the best community that I can for lawnies, and that's basically it. Or I'm yabbering. I'm just terrible. I'll get going now and get your lawn, everybody. I'll see you. Well, that's another thing. The premiere show doesn't seem to be working on the new YouTube feature or whatever. So, but Sunday 2 PM, my new video of what I'm doing throughout the week. I might do something a little bit different this week. I don't quite know yet. I've got a few ideas. Maybe autumn tips or something else. I've always got these ideas going through my head, and this is just all to try and help you guys. So appreciate you watching my videos, and so after 2 PM I'll do the normal to 10 PM thereabouts, depending on how long the video is, a live stream straight after the show, and then I'm thinking about doing a Tuesday, just Tuesday sort of catch up, if there's any other questions from that weekend. So all right, I'm yabbering, I'm going. Have a good night, be kind to each other, get your lawn on. I'll have to come up with some sort of thing to say at the end of these shows. Now I've got to work out how to turn this off. All right, maybe it's the button that says end stream. All right, catch you later.